Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm Richard, this is Lap of the World, and today I'm going to give the people what they want and finally fix the literal worst part of our black NSX. Since we've owned the car, I bought it back in 2008, and there was a big paint blemish on the front of the bumper here that I used to actually as leverage to kind of haggle a few $100s off the asking price, as I felt it was a little worse than what the eBay ad had insinuated. Unfortunately, since then, the actual, the nature of the paint war crimes that occurred on this bumper have sort of shown their true colors through heat cycling and just, wear and tear on the bumper from us driving it for 100,000 miles since then. And it has gone from just a small paint bubble, which I'll show you a picture of in an inset, to this atrocity that you can see today and that I feel bad about and have gotten several, comments ranging from general giving grief to offers to just paint it for free if I can get it to somewhere, which I do appreciate that. We always appreciate the help. But our solution for this is not going to be to recondition this bumper right now. We will keep it as a spare and potentially go and have the work done correctly so that we have a nice backup should we need it. But for the moment, we are just going to do the easy button and swap it out with a bumper cover that is, at least now, in much better condition. There's a story behind that, which we'll get into, as well as a little bit of other stuff we've done to the car for NSXPO prep, but we'll get into that. Without further ado, though, let's fix some stuff. Once we had the old bumper cover off, I took some time to address a while you're in there item and spent some of our twice weekly Twitch stream straightening some air conditioner condenser fins before we spend some time in Hotlanta traffic this coming week. That was followed by transferring some hardware over to our new bumper cover. I say new, and while it's cosmetically pretty nice, this piece was actually retired from a former Chin Track Days company car following a trip into a gravel trap. As such, it had some structural issues that I had to address in order to install it. Some hot staples followed by epoxy and fiberglass mesh stitched things back together nicely, and did so in a way that wouldn't really be apparent if I hadn't shown you. We then got the new cover mounted before cleaning and reinstalling the lip and marker lights. After a little more off-stream and off-camera work, here we are, folks. A new-to-us bumper that looks, I think, infinitely better than the previous one. It does address the biggest issue, which was the war crime of a hatchet wound that existed on this front left corner. We no longer have that. Now, is this bumper perfect? Well, as you might have gathered or assumed by its history as we described earlier, the answer to that is no, although it's not too far off, and we can probably get 90+% of the way there with a little paint correction that we'll take care of post NSXPO. But for the meantime, we will hang our hat on having a car that, while still not concourse ready, I think, is definitely a better representation of what an NSX should look like on or off track than it was before. Not so much a cosmetic thing, but another aspect of this NSX that we've been wanting to change was the stock tailpipe. We'd been rocking the stalker for cross-country trips to keep the in-cabin experience chill, and as much as some previous exhausts we've tried were a bit too loud for those purposes, the stock tailpipe, even with headers and higher flow cats, was just too good at its job. Like any good NSX owners, of course, we didn't just have one tailpipe option in the garage, so this time we're trying a dual-tip X-pipe circuit works unit that is a hand-me-down from Liz's car. Hers now sporting this car's old ARC DTS. This change not only nets us a little rowdier note with pleasantly little drone, as well as uncorking the exhaust flow in general, but this also shaves about 20 pounds versus the OEM unit. You can look forward to hearing the fruits of this particular labor in our upcoming track videos from NSXPO. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this video as well as the new look and sound that we've given our old girl here. This video has been kind of long overdue because, honestly, NSX problems, it's such a good car to drive that it's hard to have it sitting still long enough to address some of these things. We've kept up on the mechanical stuff as a necessity over the years, and we've done pretty well with that. However, the cosmetic stuff has kind of always taken a backseat to having more fun with the car. But I think it was definitely overdue and high time that we went back and took a breath and caught up on the cosmetic side of owning a car that deserves that kind of attention. And this is probably something that we will continue, a theme we will continue into the off season, if you will, post NSXPO, where we will do a few more things to kind of bring the car back up to what it should be, acknowledging that it's still going to see most of its life on road trips and racetracks. So we're okay with a little patina, but I also don't want it to be an eyesore at Cars and Coffee or next to 100 other NSXs, as we will see in just a few days down in Atlanta. And speaking of which, we will look forward to seeing a lot of you down at NSXPO. Feel free to stop by and say hi. You know, check out our work, critique accordingly. Whatever you want to do there. But that is something we will definitely look forward to. But if we don't see you down in Atlanta, we will see you back here either for the next video or out at a track somewhere. Thanks again for watching. I'm Richard. This is Lap of the World. We'll see you in the next one.